Welcome to the podcast!
Hey!
Dorks.
We're not on the Dork Squad, remember?
We're not?
Yeah.
What are we
We're on
on?
the second channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. First podcast video on the second channel and you already screwed up.
Yay!
Oh, yeah. Nothing personal, but if zombies chase us, I'm tripping you. If anything, it should say nothing personal, but if FNAF chases us, I'm tripping you. That in the background, because we're talking about FNAF here.
Yep.
I don't know why. I just thought of this and thought it'd be funny.
We were just talking about FNAF and we're like, we should do a podcast episode about this.
Just because I have way too much to say. And so here's how it's going to go. I'm going to talk for about 35 hours and you're going to give me Sniper Wolf quality reactions.
Oh my god.
Alright, before we start talking about Sniper Wolf, FNAF, go.
So, we were talking about the lore, and one thing that I said was, I think when it started out, there was like a specific lore.
Yeah.
Like, he had a story with like the children and everything, but then as time went on, he just started making stuff up.
Yeah.
And it just got so convoluted, I don't even think Scott knows what's going on.
Sometimes it feels like he just watches the latest game theory video and just goes with the story if he likes it.
He just like picks random fan theories.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, that sounds good. I'll make something like that.
Yeah.
Or goes the opposite. He hears a theory he doesn't like and he's like, no, and then like does something else.
Or just changes the lore intentionally to screw it back.
Right.
Well, he can't do that now because he's retired.
Aw.
I think both Scott and Mappa now.
Yeah.
Now it's Steel Wool and
Didn't you say that they didn't even get the lore when they made Security Breach?
So, here's the story. With Security Breach, Scott didn't, properly tell them the lore of the game.
Because he doesn't even know anymore.
Yeah.
He was like, you guys figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah. He didn't give them a lot of information. FNAF VR, though, was great.
Yeah.
Hey, that was their good first introduction. Security Breach kinda sucked. As you can tell by my unfinished series.
Yeah.
But, as I was saying before, Security Breach is a massive game. You've seen how big that game is, right?
Yeah.
It is a huge game. They're put under a time crunch. Scott didn't tell them the lore. And also, keep in mind, this gigantic game was Steel Wool's first ever non-VR game.
It's an interesting choice to go to them to do a non-VR game.
Yeah, it feels like Steel Wool should have been for the VR games, and Scott should have picked someone else for the non-VR games.
Yeah.
And I feel like Scott not telling them the lore and stuff like that is kind of why they went with their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
When Steel Wool took over, William Afton's dead, the original animatronics are gone, they just kind of went with their own thing, I noticed.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like the same FNAF.
No.
Yeah.
So I think Security Breach had a lot of potential, but it just fell flat in a lot of ways. It was less horror and more puzzles and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they tried to make it too kid-friendly, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think the Steam page even calls it family-friendly horror.
Maybe they were just like, kids buy all the merch and watch all the YouTube videos and stuff. Let's make it a kids game.
Yeah. And listen to all the songs.
Right.
The songs are actually really good, though.
There's some good FNAF songs.
Yeah. I'm not going to sing any of them here or play any of them here because, well, I will get struck by the copyright gods.
This song is copyright.
Oh my god. So, after Scott left, Steel Wool took their own approach. A lot of the stuff Steel Wool did focused on their own characters, their own lore. The Mimic is this entirely new thing that Steel Wool came up with. Mm-hmm. And just William Afton is completely gone. Oh yeah, Vanny, she was in 3 games max.
She was promoted so heavy and then barely showed up.
Yeah. They didn't even give her a knife in the game.
Yeah, all their like like concept art and stuff was like her with a knife, and then it just
Yeah.
wasn't even there.
And then for some reason there was this merch piece of her like with a pizza cutter. I guess they wanted to make it a bit more unique, or just thought a knife would be too graphic for a kid's game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then-
FNAF was never supposed to be a kid's game.
Yeah. And in the full release, she's just no weapons.
Yeah.
What, is she just... Or does she just stare you to death?
Yeah. Those gigantic eyes.
Yeah. And stop staring at me with them big old eyes! SpongeBob reference in a FNAF video. Nothing new. It's probably been done before. Yeah. Like, Vanny barely had any appearance either. Like,
Yeah.
she first kind of had a cameo in... Like, she basically had a glorified cameo in Help Wanted with her mask. And you get secret dialogue if you hold the glitch trap plushie and wear the Vanny mask.
Mm.
And then in Security Breach, she makes like 3 appearances.
Yeah.
And then in Help Wanted 2, boom, her story's done.
Yeah. It's like she was such a popular character until the game came out. And like,
Yeah.
Like
and
they-
then she was just so underutilized.
yeah, like they should have like realized that this is a really popular character. Maybe we can expand that role.
Like, she had all she needed to be like William Afton 2.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like,
The new villain.
Yeah.
You know?
like the Mimic could have been like the mastermind of it all, and Vanny could have been the one doing the dirty work.
Mhm.
But then they just scrapped her after like 2 games.
Yeah.
And another complaint I have is how much Steel Wool games just like go into their own stuff. Like, a lot. Like, obviously FNAF VR had all the old stuff,
Mhm.
because like there wasn't any new stuff yet.
Mhm.
But then Security Breach, everything is Security Breach themed now.
Yeah.
Like, all the glam rock animatronics, all everything.
Yeah.
Like, they made their own characters, and now that's pretty much all they do. Like, FNAF VR Help Wanted 2. They marketed it as, like, sister location. But then sister location is, like, one set of minigames. And then there's, like, one set of, like, FNAF 6 minigames that are so minuscule that I forgot about them originally.
Yeah.
All you do is just operate on Helpy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then everything else in the entire game is Security Breach themed.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to like drill it in. Like, you like these characters, right?
Yeah.
This is good, right? This
Yeah.
is FNAF. You like this.
Yeah. And like,
We don't give you a
Yeah.
choice.
I don't mind the characters.
Yeah.
Like, they're fine characters. But the problem is they're just so oversaturated.
Mhm. Don't forget about all the
Yeah.
rest of.
Like, remember how up until FNAF 6 they had like every game had like a new cast?
Hmm.
And I'm not saying every game now should have a new cast, but like at least add a couple new characters. At least
Yeah.
add some new characters.
Yeah.
Like, FNAF VR only added Glitch Trap as a new character, but then again, FNAF VR didn't really, like, I guess Help Wanted didn't really need to. It was meant to be like a look back at FNAF,
Hmm.
at the original FNAF, while also being a look forward into what Steel Wool is gonna do. Then comes Security Breach.
Yeah.
Again, full new set of cast.
Yeah.
And then Help Wanted 2. One new character that appears in like too many games.
Yeah.
That's like a Jacko Moon.
Yeah.
He appears in like one mini game, maybe 2, but that's it.
It's funny.
Yeah. And also, bit of spoilers, but I don't think anyone really cares.
Mhm.
In Help Wanted 2, somewhere in the game, you get to go to the secret room, and you find one of the signal jammer things from Help Wanted Ruin. If you don't remember those, they stopped you from using that Vanny mask in that game.
Mhm.
And So then you have to know what to do with it. You have to like pull it down. Yeah, but there's no indication that you're supposed to do that. You're just supposed to know that from Ruin.
So if you haven't played Ruin, how are you gonna know what to do?
Yeah. And then after you do that, you're supposed to know to take the mask off, which the only kind of indication about that is like a poster on the wall saying like take your mask off after work or whatever. Something like that. So you could go the entire game just not knowing what the jammer is and just not know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And that's how you access all the secret levels too. Like there's a bunch of content behind that. And sure, most people playing that would probably know.
But what
But
if you don't?
still,
What
like,
if you didn't play
yeah.
Ruin and you don't know?
Yeah, like, sure, most people have probably at least seen gameplay of Ruin, but at least tell us what it's about.
Yeah.
At least tell us.
Give an indication.
Yeah. Now watch there be some kind of tutorial about it I forgot about.
Or you just like didn't find.
Yeah.
You never saw the tutorial.
There's just like some message tell you to pull it down that I just forgot about.
And you're just like blasting them for not doing it, and it's like, it's already in there.
If that is there, I'm scrapping this entire video.
It's just, this is W1 from YouTube.
Yeah. If that's a thing, I'm just scrapping this entire video.
I will say one thing I like from Security Breach. I really like Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
I think that they're really good characters.
Yeah, they're cool characters. You're not alone in that. They are
Yeah.
fan favorite characters.
They're fun and interesting and a good design.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Glamrock animatronics, they're not bad by any means. They're cool.
Yeah, they're
but
cool.
I really like Sun and Moon.
Yeah. The whole Jekyll and Hyde thing.
Yeah.
In the light he's good, but in the dark he's bad.
Yeah. And like the Sun has a personality.
Yeah.
I like that.
The Moon is pretty much just I hate you and want to kill you, but
yeah. But Sun's cool.
Yeah. Also, it makes me wonder what would happen if like the lights started flickering.
He'd just be like,
He'd just be rapidly switching. Yeah. And to me, Sun and Moon feel both overused and underused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they use them a ton, but, like, they just feel underused at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole... Like, I'm just gonna list all the times that I remember of Sun and Moon appearing in Help Wanted 2. In Help Wanted 2, there's an entire set of mini-games where you do crafts with Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm. That was funny.
Yeah. And then, during the Bonnie Bowl of all things, Moon can show up and get you.
Yeah.
In the carousel, Moon is the one trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
There's that Jacko Moon in a secret area. Like, there's so much.
Yeah.
There might even be more. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
I feel like where they really overused him was in Security Breach, though.
Yeah.
Like, in Security Breach, the daycare section is fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. That's where I ended my series.
Yeah.
Because that one area sucked so much. But that one area, fine. I wouldn't care if they never brought up Sun and Moon again. But at the end of every hour, you have to run to a recharge station. Well, guess who? Moon tries to kill you.
Yeah.
Every hour. This happens like 6 times in the game. At the very end, you're running to the exit while Moon tries to kill you. And also, weird thing, at the end of the hour sequences, these like sparkles come around your vision when Moon's chasing you, but not in the daycare for some reason.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and Moon also like kidnaps Freddy at one point in the game. These games are so weird.
I kind of like to think that, like, Security Breach isn't canon. Like, it's an offshoot, like the books. Like, the books, I feel like, are their own separate thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're supposed to be canon. I don't know.
Their
I feel like
canonicity is in question.
it's like a parallel universe in a way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is its thing, and then like Security Breach is its thing, and then like the original FNAF games are like their own thing.
I like to think, like you said, that original FNAF ends with FNAF 6 and Ultimate Custom Night, and then this kind of new FNAF comes in.
Yeah, like the second era.
Yeah. It is like a second era.
Yeah.
Because William Afton's dead and gone.
Right.
And
like,
just basically everything from the original series is just done.
Yeah, and like that was like the whole point of the story was like, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like the original story of the games is no longer being carried on.
Oh yeah, and I forgot one mention of Moon in Security Breach in Ruin. He gets a whole daycare section. Except this daycare section, he doesn't chase you. Like, Moon's like fully in control, but he just like stands in the middle of the room the whole time and waits for you to just turn on all the lights. And then you have to use the Faz wrench you get to reset him. Then he turns into this like merged new character. So like, cool, they merged and they're good now. But then after he'll leave your son say, "Thank you!" Which brings into question, like, are they merged now? Is that new one just replacing Moon?
I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure there's theories on this.
Theories from people way smarter than us.
Well, maybe not smarter, but like more deep into the lore.
Yeah. But also smarter than us. Alright, we spent a while complaining about Security Breach.
Yeah.
I do like to repeat, I don't blame Steelwool for the problems with Security Breach. Like, they were delayed multiple times, and it was a massive game that would have taken like years to make.
Right, and they hadn't done anything like that up to that point.
Yeah. First non-VR project, massive game, fans like rushing them, Scott not telling them the lore.
It's amazing that it turned out as it did. Bless you.
Yeah. It's amazing that it turned up at all.
Yeah, right. I mean,
it was incredibly buggy, but...
Yeah, it was rushed.
Yeah, it was rushed.
They shouldn't have released it when they did. They should have worked on it longer, but...
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Can't do anything about that now.
Yeah. And remember when the lore was about a guy killing kids? The lore is just about a guy killing kids and ghosts possessing robots.
It was so simple at one point.
There's the cat just off screen.
And we never found out what's in the box.
Yep. I think Scott himself said that the contents of the box has changed multiple times.
Yeah. He doesn't even know.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever I feel like, that's what it is.
Yeah. Also, at one point, Scott said he made one retcon to the game.
Yeah.
But he hasn't told us what it is. So people have been theorizing about the one FNAF retcon.
Yeah.
Which, if you ask me, I doubt there was just one.
All of it was.
Yeah.
I doubt.
Like, with every new game, the entire story changes.
Yeah, like, I doubt that, like, he had all of that, what it turned out to be in his brain.
Yeah.
With the first game.
Like,
I'm sure it's been, like, just totally overhauled a whole bunch.
Like, I think he planned to have multiple games at the start.
Yeah.
Just because of how quickly they released. I think FNAF 2 released exactly 87 days after FNAF 1.
Yeah, they already had that in the works.
Yeah. Also, he reused a lot of code from that, though.
Yeah.
And FNAF 3 released a couple months after FNAF 2.
Yeah.
And fun fact, FNAF was actually supposed to be a trilogy. But he made FNAF 4 solely because people hated Springtrap's jump scare.
That's funny. Oh, Scott.
Classic Scott. Also in the Celebrate poster in FNAF 1, Bonnie levitates.
Really?
Slightly. He's just slightly floating above the ground. And when asked about it, Scott said Bonnie doesn't obey the laws of physics.
Yeah.
He said more stuff, but I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
what. And also, when asked about Mangle's gender, do you remember what that was? Mangle's gender is officially yes.
Yes.
Imagine if it was no.
There was the cat just jumping
Yep.
down.
Mangle's gender is no. No gender for me, thanks.
It's yes, so it's just all of it.
Yeah, just yes.
All of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, gender.
Yes, Mingle has gender.
Yeah. Feels like when someone asks you a question, but you don't quite hear them, so you just, like,
But yeah.
yes?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
I hate that. And then, like, you say what, like,
We're
a
getting
few
off
times,
topic.
but then, like, you still don't hear it, so you're just like, yeah.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
Well, this is us, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, like,
What
we're
do
the
you
only
expect?
ones that are gonna watch this. If even that. Oh, yeah, and I put FNAF plushies and toys in the background just because I had them.
Who noticed up to that point? If you did, comment.
Please, we need the
Also,
engagement. Please,
If
please.
you are watching this video, like and comment. Just let us know that someone besides us will watch this, please.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
This has just devolved from FNAF into just us.
That's what you get with
Yeah,
us.
that's what you get with us.
Yeah.
Everything just devolves into nonsense. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, FNAF.
FNAF.
What topic do we talk about next?
What's your favorite FNAF theory?
I have to think about that. There's
Yeah.
so many of
There's
them.
too many, and I lost track. Like, there were so many theories in the beginning, and then stuff kept getting like debunked,
Yep.
and then there was like more and more. And it's like after a while, I just kind of stopped keeping up with it.
Yeah,
It's like I don't know anymore.
I know nothing about the security breach lore pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the Steel Wool lore because it's just so complicated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another gripe. FNAF lore! Like, originally the story was like kind of not really in your face. It was like secrets.
Yeah, and you kind of had to like figure out what happened. And,
Yeah,
like, guess
but
a little
then-
bit.
But then it just got way too much.
Mhm.
Like, the current lore, you have to look for look for hidden clues that are harder to find than Fort Knox. You have to find clues that are harder to find than the meaning of life. And then you gotta read books, play games. It's like everything.
Yeah.
You have to put pieces together, figure out what is canon and what's not.
Yeah.
Watch a movie.
See, I liked back in the day the mystery of it all. I thought that was interesting when people were still kind of coming up with theories and like you'd get little hints and stuff. But then it's like that became FNAF to a big extent was the lore. So it's like everything was super lore heavy and you have to, like you said, now you have to read the books and now you have to do this and that. And it's like I kind of miss the days when it was just like
overblown.
you would kind of get little clues here and there and you're like, whoa, and it's like now it's like, it's so crazy. Who knows?
Yeah, like, it's just so overblown.
Yeah. And then it inspired this trend in games where all games had to be like super lore heavy and even at the expense
And then
of
super
gameplay.
hidden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically every
neighbor.
every other indie horror game just after FNAF basically just took what FNAF did with the lore, hid it way too much.
Yeah.
Hello Neighbor might get its own video someday.
Yeah.
Hello Neighbor might get its own podcast episode. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Unless we forget about it.
We might. It might be like a year from now, but eventually maybe.
Year, decade,
Yeah.
century. We're just like dead. Microphones up to our graves.
Like skeletons.
Yeah.
Like.
There's just microphones up to our graves.
Hello, neighbor.
Just talking underground.
Yeah. It's a morbid thought, almost as morbid as the original FNAF lore.
Dead kids! Also, why are they trying to make a story about dead children family friendly?
That's the thing. It's like, okay, so even if, like, I get that they didn't get the lore, but, like, who doesn't know the FNAF lore, at least basically?
Yeah, like, who doesn't know at
it's
least the basic
biggest,
stuff?
one of the biggest games of all
Yeah.
time. It's a cultural phenomenon in many ways.
Most people
Like-
have watched at least one game theory video.
So, like, you kind of know at least the basic story. Like, how come they didn't research? Like, you're making a game in this franchise. Like, do some research and, like, figure it out, you know? But they were just like,
Yeah.
we're just going to make a whole
Yeah.
new story just so what we want to do.
I still feel like Scott should have told them about it, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And also, I think they just retconned which ending was canon.
Yeah.
Like, originally, I think it was that the Burn Trap ending was canon, because it was the only fully animated one. And now it's the ending where you beat all the 3 Princess Quest minigames.
Yeah.
It's to the point where I can't even tell if they retcon that or not.
Yeah.
I can't even tell if they retcon that or if the clues were just so hidden and non-existent.
Yeah. Again, Security Breach is like an unfinished game.
Yeah. The bug fixes have been good.
Mm-hmm.
Still not a good game. It's just less buggy.
Yeah.
Also, I really hate how they delete all this, how they turn off all the save points at 6 a.m.
Really?
Because there's post-game content, but you can't save. Except they added one save station that works in an update. One. Why they didn't just turn them all on
Yeah.
is beyond me.
Because they've never made this kind of game before. They don't know what they're doing. Again, it was an interesting choice to make a full-on FNAF game that was not VR.
Into the Pit is still good,
Yeah.
but they brought on another studio to make that.
Mm.
I haven't finished it yet.
Well, you got to get on
Yeah.
that. You got your whole series you got to finish.
Yeah. I started making videos. Like, I think released them before all the big YouTube channels did, or at least before a bunch of them did.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just fell behind
Kind of forgot about
because
it.
of my garbage upload schedule back then.
Yeah.
I have a semi-consistent one now, thankfully. Not on this channel, on the main one.
Yeah, this one is just like whenever.
Yeah. Most of the videos on this channel are just re-uploads
Yeah.
from the main channel.
Visit the main channel, by the way.
Visit it, I need views!
Subscribe and like and watch and all that stuff.
On the entire squad fam. Sorry.
Can't believe you call it that. It's so cringe.
That was kind of the point. That's why I put sorry in parentheses after it.
How we just made a joke of our
How much of this video has been talking about FNAF and how much of it has just been us screwing around?
That's what you get when you subscribe to us.
Yeah. Off topic, zany insanity.
That's what makes it fun. Anybody can talk about FNAF. People have been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah. This game's 10 years old.
Well, got anything else to say?
Well, I got a sneeze coming up.
Okay, turn that way. Bless you. Bless you.
I never just sneezed once, even though
Me
I did
too.
earlier in the video.
No, I sneezed like 5 times.
Alright, before we start talking about sneezing for an hour. Actually, this video has surprisingly been only half an hour.
Wow, I thought we would go like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Anything more to say about FNAF?
Sister Location Night 4 is really hard.
Which one is that?
Sister Location or Night 4?
Nightfall. I know what Sister Location
Yeah.
is. Which is Nightfall?
I wonder sometimes. Night 4 is the one with the mini arenas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and how the Mimic is just like discount entered. That's what I gotta say. The
Yeah.
Mimic is just discount entered. Change
Yeah.
my mind.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I never understood the scooper. Like, I get what they were trying to do, but it just like from just like the physics of it, like doesn't work. Like, why would you like scoop an endoskeleton out of an animatronic with like a scoop? Like, that doesn't make sense.
It's weird, but we find out from the FNAF 6 blueprints, which I have yet to mention, that it's actually meant to extract Remnant.
Oh,
You remember a Remnant?
yeah. Well,
Possessed liquid metal.
yeah.
That's basically the lifeblood of the series now.
Yeah, and that was like not an original thing, and then it became a thing, and now it's like so crucial to the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Remnant. And then in the since discontinued FNAF AR special deliveries, just like balls of light. Remnant is just like balls of light.
Yeah.
So is it balls of light or possessed liquid metal?
I don't know.
Because you can't have it both ways, Scott Steelwool. You can't have it both ways! I guess they chose the liquid metal way because FNAF AR doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shut down the servers for that game.
That sucks.
Yeah. Sucks. There are people that are continuing it, though.
Yeah.
Should I leave a link in the description to, like...
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like a continuation of the game. I'll leave it in the description! And if you haven't gotten this far in the video yet, and see that... If you've only just now gotten this far into the video and see...
Well, yes, they would have just gotten this part of the video because they're watching it.
Like, if you saw... I just can't... I can't
Okay,
word.
Finish your thoughts.
I can't word. Just... If you've been seeing that link in the description for this entire video and finally get up to this point, now you know why.
Yeah. There you go. You got it.
Maybe comment some other random reason that
Yeah.
barely makes sense, just to confuse the people coming in.
Incoherent thing.
Yeah. It's here to appease our god, Freddy Fazbear.
Laugh with us in addition to at us.
Yeah. We already do both,
Yeah.
but we wouldn't mind your help.
That's what we're here about. We're here to just like embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
We're in on the joke. We're the butt of the joke, and we're also in on the joke.
Yeah. We're dumb on purpose.
Well, no,
Well,
we're just
not on purpose.
This is
but
just
we're
how
just
we are.
dumb and we laugh at it.
Yeah, that's how we are, and we're just
Yeah.
not hiding it.
Yeah. If I was embarrassed about my stupidity, I would not be on YouTube in the first place.
Yeah.
If I wanted to not be stupid on YouTube, then I would not be on YouTube in the first place.
You gotta let your personality shine.
Now, we should probably end this before we get even further away from FNAF.
Yeah, we kind of went on a tangent there. But thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Hope you come back again.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, and I pirated security breach. Ha!